investigating it. For us, it's two of the best that the New World Covenant faction has to offer. It's Chad and Alex to deliver big versus FaZe. So in the words of OJ Borge, let's get it on.
We'll be getting it on. Yes, indeed. It is a big one for the FaZe Clan boys. That huddle, couple of last words from Carrigan to get his boys in the right frame of mind, and we're into it. Big Clan up against FaZe. Starting on the CT side are the Germans, and Carrigan calling up a storm. It looks like he's got a heavy util. Is that 4 members? No, excuse me, 3 equipped with util, 2 with the Kevlar vest. They've juggled some nades across. They have intentions for this. And let's see how Big Clan... Oh.
That's a start. That's a start.
Oh, dear. All he had to do was click. 2 heads, 3 heads gone. tabseN doesn't need any help. He doesn't need any help, Chad. There's 1 man to defend the site, and now there's 1 man to take it. Twist's left without any teammate that rotates in all of their plans. The camera operator's lost his mind. And Twist is threatening as well. There shouldn't be anything more to this. tabseN has just come in swinging.
They look a little bit scared of Twist now, though, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, after the dink, I think that's enough. Tizian's going to relocate. Twist trying to scare him off. Oh, he's got a read and another head. No, Chad.
What is this pistol round?
No, Chad.
What is this pistol round?
No, no. It's so much time. Like, he'd be a fool to plant. He's just going to see if he can pull them out. They're not going to check him.
He can go around the world here if he wants as well. That USP from Connector would be beautiful to get into his hands. He's actually going to start backpedaling. So what started as 4 beautiful headshots from tabseN here is now a round that Twist can actually win.
Yeah, I mean...
He might even get the plant. If he just goes straight towards B, he'll get the plant. He faked on that site. They think he's hanging around.
No.
All the tells,
They're rotating now. They're rotating now as a pack, interestingly enough.
They're both leaving, right? They don't know if he's still hiding. He could have been in plain sight. He's going to get the bomb down.
Yeah, he actually does get the bomb down. Oh, he hasn't opted for it. He wants
oh,
to
my God!
Oh, Twist! 7 HP in it! It was supposed to be a Big Clan stomp. tabseN had already made his intent clear. And he takes the fight. My God. Welcome to Mirage, folks. Let's see this again. tabseN, 4 clicks. Check this out. Bang and thank you, Mang. Then Twists arrives. This is great. The follow-up. He relocates and he takes the fight. 7 HP, Chad. He nearly had them both.
Okay, well, that's a start and a half. Let's get back underway here and see what round 2 has in store. Because this is the force buy from FaZe.
Oh, my Lord.
Imagine if you got the bomb down there in that situation as well.
True.
Okay, well, it's a lot of SMGs on the board here for Big. 3 of them. tabseN into the M4. Scout for Sirison, but Deagle's a Tech Dine and Galil for Twist right now, and just taking their time off FaZe. Plenty of time on the clock here to work with. And if the aim is going to continue like that between a couple of these names in the server, we might be in for a bit of a blockbuster affair.
I guess so. Yeah, and I think Twist definitely after those frags has been given the gift of the Galil. Makes a whole lot of sense.
Big nade here. Oh, he's not going to release it.
Twist is coming in, and that's a big strike from Gay. Takes down the front runner for damage.
There it is.
That's the nade you were talking about onto the nose of Rain. That's something out of Olof, and you got to be careful here. If that scout does connect, there's still grounds for FaZe to take this, and Rain's Deeg's not stopping for anyone. Won't be able to be planning triple. They've isolated him to sandwich and track him nicely. Now, it does leave Brokey into a manageable 1v2. As I say that, they strike together in unison and will convert. FaZe have already given me grounds to believe that we're not going to have that T-side whitewash, though.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, right?
If the individuals are still hitting these shots when we get guns in their hands, I'm not concerned.
Let me frame it this way for you, though. The other day when they played Fiend, and I know this is a best of 3 now, but the other day when they played Fiend, all the pressure of what that game meant obviously built up because they got like absolutely blown out of the server in that game, right? They got destroyed. So in that scenario right there, the pressure made or contributed to the FaZe crumble. It wasn't just them falling apart. Fiend had to do a lot, right? But here, FaZe, the same pressure, right? Big are not playing with that pressure. They're still playing to win, right? There's the RMR points on offer here. We don't know how that's going to affect things, obviously, going forward down the line. We don't know what Valve likes to do with all that. Yanko mentioned Pride. If you can knock FaZe out as well, make sure you don't have to even worry about them. When you do get over to the major, that's a big scalp to not have to worry about. So there's a lot of things here in play. Whereas that OG game as well on the other stream, OG versus Heroic, right? That matchup right there, I was doing the maths. I was having a little bit of a look at the RMR points and the standings, and it's not often I do maths here, but for OG, it seems like, oh, okay, well, they can't make the major. But considering the tumultuous nature of the world right now, and you're all aware of it at home, maybe some of the teams like Renegades, obviously we're going to be getting a Chinese representation coming on soon through as well. We got South America. Maybe some of these teams won't be able to make it, right? For whatever reason, I don't know. But I would assume that the European teams would be the next in line, right? And if OG can get enough points, they can likely secure themselves a 12th slot.
So that's a big game for OG in the sense of just, you know, I say big game. When you're already, you know, picking up the breadcrumbs, you'll take anything you can get. And at that point, a W there would put you in next in line to be that backup spot.
I'm scratching the bottom of the barrel a little bit with that, right? But I think that there's always something. And also, OG are going to be quite disappointed with how things have unfolded. So a win on LAN together might do a lot for the morale for the team. They still have more events coming up in the near future. So there's a lot to sink our teeth into. But yeah, we're having a bit of a technical timeout here, guys. So as soon as this one is concluded, we'll get it back underway.
It's a really odd one, actually. I've never seen this tech issue before.
I'm just catching up.
Yeah, catch up. It's really unique.
Oh.
Yeah. Can we talk about it? Should we talk about it? I don't think we should.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before.
Never seen that before.
Okay.
But yeah, Olaf's just getting a complete restart going.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's curious. Maybe it's something in his config. Maybe somebody trolled him or something along those lines. But yeah, that's all right. We'll get this one fixed and we'll get it underway here. You can see the big man on your screen right there. And I guess while we do have Olaf on the screen, we can have a bit of a discussion about his impact yesterday. Now, we know that they lost Inferno, but just think about the pistol rounds on Inferno. If you guys were tuning in, you would have seen on both CT and T pistols, Olaf have massive impact. Yeah. Right? They did lose that game, I know, but it was great to see him having a good performance. He is, once again, and I'll start the storyline back up for everybody early. He's one of a very, very exclusive club, right? The players who have attended every single CSGO major. Olaf has attended the 15 that have come before. If FaZe can qualify here, he will have attended all 16, and he will join the likes of Device, Zipex. Obviously, we have Dupree in the mix, and Shox. So we're down to 5. Well, we're down to 4. Olaf can make it 5, and the other man before who made it to all 15 was Zeus, but he is since retired. So, yeah, it'd be a real heartbreaker, I think, if you were Olaf.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I mean, we saw just how hard he was fighting for it in the previous game from FaZe. I mean, putting in a great show-stopping performance, some incredible pistol rounds out of him, that clutch on the T side, definitely still firmly in my head. And I mean, it was a big win up against OG for FaZe. It did go the full 3. We did see Mirage, which was where it felt like it was all FaZe. You know, we had a full 30 rounds on Inferno, and Mirage, yeah, 16-4 thrashing. But you won't be seeing any Ancient, no funny business today. If you did miss the veto, I'll quickly remind you that we saw Mirage. Now, the desk were talking about Big Clan's potential picks. And
they're taking a lot of places.
It could have, but Overpass coming out, I suppose that was more just targeting into their opponent's weakness as opposed to something of their strength. And they get Nuke as a third as well, which we know has been working wonderfully for Big and was a component of their win versus Heroic.
Yeah, I think that that Nuke as the third right there, that means if they are able to convert Overpass, I would say that Big are maybe the favorites right, in that scenario there. And that seems weird to say, but we have seen up and down performances from FaZe throughout this tournament, actually throughout the online era. It's good to have them back on LAN. We'll see just how far this mojo can take them. But it's looking like we're ready to go. So
rock and roll.
Oh no, wait, they're saying they still need to test. So we're not that long now. Run through these highlights again. Tabson with a couple of absolute bangers.
Yeah, it doesn't really get much of a better start to a best of 3 series than Tabson doing that and then Twist doing this. 1v5. He really did manage his angles well, using every tool and trick in the book. He hit a dink onto Tizian there in that jungle fight and then proceeded to get into the side. Now, Chad was discussing the prominence of potential plant, but they had the presence of mind or the decision to go for that fight and then overcommitting perhaps because Searson was right behind him for the trade. Single 7 points of health separating them. And yeah, some great shots were hit. You can see that one from Rain. He hit another banger towards short as well. But Big, they cleaned it up and it has been that 2-0 conversion. But FaZe have already been very threatening. I think that's the point that those highlights paint.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a look as well. We do have a B stream going on. We just spoke about the Heroic versus OG game. That's an interesting one. Obviously, Nico versus his old team. So that's something to maybe have a look at right there. But yeah, we've got it on your screen. That's perfect. Look at that. So it's Nuke right now, map number 1. That one was selected by Heroic, and you would feel like Heroic are favorites in this, considering the way that Nuke has gone for OG recently. Inferno coming in as map number 2. That is OG's pick, and then Mirage left over if they need it. So quite the tidy map pool there, and I guess we can go even broader on the stat line so far for this event. We can take a little bit of a look at the most played maps, right? This is a curious one to just see how the game is constantly evolving. Nuke is the most played map at the European edition of IEM Fall. It's 17 times, and I guess with this one on our screen right now, Alex, this would be 18. The next closest is Mirage with 14. We have Inferno with 14, 11 Vertigos coming in next. So a lot of people, you know, obviously at home like to be vocal about they're not liking Vertigo. Well, that one's coming in as our 4th most played map.
It will be less trendy to not like Vertigo now because it's more trendy to hate Ancient.
That's true.
You have to remember, you want to make sure your opinion is the same as everyone else's, otherwise you'll stick out. You want to make sure you're exactly the same as everyone else.
That's true.
Fit in.
Ancient's just after that though with 7. Then it has Overpass, which has only been played a measly 6 times. And at the very bottom of the bunch, Dust 2. So it seems like teams have really shied away from Dust 2 here with those recent changes, either not wanting to give away the way that they play the map, or it's in so much flux that they don't want to get caught off guard by maybe something they haven't considered.
And here I come with the compromise of I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think there is the uncertainty of what others have been cooking up, but I also suspect that that's going to be a lot of fun at the major. Like, I know that the teams are going to have more conviction in their own, as well as it will be harder to avoid. So, excuse me, we are going to be getting to see a little bit more of that, I think, once we get to the Stockholm major, which is getting dangerously close.
20 days now.
20 days.
20 days.
20 days, and FaZe still without the spot. How many spots do we have left, Chad? You were doing the count.
Yeah, there's only 4 spots left.
4 spots left.
So the way that this is all going to shake on out, the underdog teams, I guess I'll call them. Now, maybe people would argue that ENCE is an underdog team, but let's throw them in that mix now for argument's sake. Copenhagen Flames, ENCE, obviously the likes of Fiend and the Movistar Riders. Those 4 teams are all barracking. I think that's a term we use in Australia. I don't know if you guys use that elsewhere. Cheering for Big to win today over FaZe. Because if Big win over FaZe today, those 4 teams all automatically qualify because of the points, right? This can be quite confusing to all of you at home, but because of the points, they'll automatically qualify for the major, regardless of the results that they have in the playoff bracket, which is going to commence tomorrow. So that's something to keep in mind right there if you are a fan of any of those 4 teams that I just noted. Now, if they all lose their opening games, then those 4 teams will have to play each other, and one of them will come 8th. So that would mean if FaZe win today, then FaZe are through.
Yes.
So those conditions, they sound confusing.
They sound obtainable.
Actually not, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. They do sound obtainable. This is almost like a best case scenario for FaZe, right? You win your 2 games, and you hope that the underdog teams who should lose will lose. Now, we still have this little bit of a buggeroony going on right now.
What is going on with that?
The thing is, maybe he's... No, I don't know. I don't know.
No, neither do I.
This could be a break with an extended pause coming, guys. If this doesn't get fixed soon, it might require something a little bit deeper than what's going on right now. I guess we can inform you, because you can actually just go watch the demo and see all the conversation for yourself. So right now, in the server, for whatever reason... Olaf's automatically buying a Zeus.
Yeah, you can see it on him now. For some reason, he keeps automatically purchasing a Zeus. Maybe one of his teammates has trolled him and made a bind.
That's what I thought. Because back in the day, we used to do it like on LAN, like when you were playing scrims or whatever, you'd bind like the use key. So when someone would go to fuse the bomb,
or W is +forward, semicolon, buy Zeus.
Okay, well,
you know, so every time he's pressing W to move out of spawn, he buys a Zeus.
Okay, well,
that would be a sick troll.
You might have to go through all of his config right now.
I don't know what's going on with that. I've never, ever seen anything like that.
It's odd.
It's very odd. And I have just had confirmation from our producer that we're just going to probably take a break. I just saw them restart the server. So let's see if...
one right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if he... Oh, a Zeus free purchase from Olaf.
Looking good.
Until he touches W.
Yeah, let's see. Well, we can't really see what keys he's pressing.
No, we can't yet.
Olaf, think very carefully now before you touch the keyboard, my friend.
Yeah, and you go into your buy menu, do it real slow.
This is what you ask, guys, has anybody been playing silly buggers?
Yeah,
has anybody been doing anything?
Are you trolling me?
We want to get on with the game right now.
It's the most unique tech issue I have had in some time.
Oh, it bought it again.
What? There it is. What's going on? He clicked the dig, bought the dig, buys the Zeus.
Well, I guess we can follow this.
Huh?
Maybe it's process of elimination right now.
Yeah, okay, come on. If you're... Because everyone has to solve this mystery at the same time. No, but then we saw this before. Then something else happens. So he's got to touch all his buttons.
Well, there we go. There we go.
P250 does nothing.
Okay, what about armor? We're solving this live.
W, A, S, D.
Jump?
Jump?
You wouldn't be touching jump a lot.
But what are you touching in spawn? He has to be in the buy area for it to be. So he's pressing something that's purchasing a Zeus.
We need a sleuth right now to get out there and solve this problem.
Yeah.
Right now,
imagine sitting there and actually thinking that this has something to do with the tournament organizer as well.
God damn it, ESL.
This damn production with their damn zoos. Like, imagine being that deluded.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, hopefully, we get it fixed. Now, you can see they're lounging on back. They're having a good time, but we're going to go to a break.
Folks, it's so kooky, we might change his PC. A brand new, unique tech issue and 2-0 to Big as we take our break. The best of 3 will continue. We're just going to chop and change the PC. Maybe you can grab yourself a water. I bet you're not hydrated, and no, soda doesn't count. We'll be back in a minute. I've worked it out. I worked it out.
Worked it out?
Yeah, well, you know how Olof is one of this very exclusive club trying to qualify for the major? Well, there's another name in that, and it's Zeus. And he's actually manufactured this as a way to still be part of the conversation for the 16 times in a row.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody, every round has to buy a Zeus.
Has to buy a Zeus.
Never stop saying
so Zeus keeps getting recognized in pursuit of his major glory. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like we've resolved it, guys. Thank you for staying patient, at least some of you. And we can get back into the action with the third round of play. If you missed it, yeah, banger of a pistol. Competitive second, it was a force. As you can see now, it's reflected in FaZe's finances. They're going to be going for a deco. In fact, the purest of all the decos, only 550 caliber or 45.45 ACP, whatever it is.
It's digital for me.
All right,
I don't know.
Trying to be dramatic, Chad. There's some caliber, there's some punch behind these pistols, that's for sure.
Well, more damage, as we always say, is a good thing here, but the pace has really been taken out of this, it feels. So let's see, can we get back in with a bang? Sirison starts it off With a nice crispy kill on the scout.
I reckon he's got one here. Oh, not going to let that slip. Good catch from Carrigan. The bomb still on the hands of Rain. Searson had him booked, but 2 banging deagles out of FaZe leaves us in a competitive one, at least for a plant, because Gade can't really contest this. He's so paranoid about potential gaps in the defense. He's tucked in jungle. He'll be playing more reactive defense. He does have util. Perhaps that incendiary could cancel a default plant, but Bomb-on twists his back and they spot out Gade and knock his head off. Hello, FaZe. Every round, they are a threat regardless of what they invest. And now Bomb planted. Tizian coming in from CT. Rain has hit some solid clicks here in pursuit of glory. And yeah, confirming one, knows where they both are, in fact. CT flash. Good nade from Tizian, a chunk taken out of him. This is the duel, and that is FaZe Clan. 5 deagles, and that's all they need to put a round on the board.
It's the little micro decisions right there were fantastic. Like the boosters, like, hold on, but can you guys see through the walls or something here? Like, that was genius. Just the little maneuvers right there. The shots, they were crispy. Like, I cannot believe it.
Look at this Rain frag on Searson. Oh, he didn't quite catch it. This was great onto Gade. I mean, you can't see anything, and he does more than that. Everyone connects.
Okay. Well, this has had some fireworks to it, the first 3 rounds of play, and now, well, it's big to try their hand with the $700 hand cannon.
Well, that's one way to turn the tide quickly.
Yeah, now this here could immediately, with a round win, put FaZe in the lead. They will go up against the Eco the next, and that's a really good way to kick things off, and that's even better. Olaf and Carrigan both finding kills early, just leaving 3 players for Big alive. Almost an open runway towards this B bomb site. Tizian's the closest player to the site right now.
All right. Shouldn't be much more for Big Clan to voice their concerns. 2 casualties early. Searson patrolling middle late, might want to be getting himself up short, and has flubbed the move, and now they run straight into the Rain spray.
Clean.
Doesn't get better than that.
I think they blocked each other on the way out the window there, by the way. So a little bit of body block for the teammates, not being able to make the jump on up towards short nice and quick. But here you go. This will be the eco coming in from Big. You can see the funds are not there. There's no reason to purchase now on that CT side. Allow that loss bonus to start to accrue. Get the guns out ASAP. The FaZe, I think they're going to feel like they've been winning, even though it's been like the first 4 rounds. They probably feel like they've done such a fantastic job just with how close the rounds have been. And this is their map pick, right? We are expecting good things out of FaZe here. We're hoping to avoid that Fiend capitulation of the other day.
Yeah, well, there's already evidence that their T-side's got some bite to it today.
I think it could be really, really scary if they're all looking warmed up and we get into a scenario where we get that classic FaZe CT side shutout on a map like Overpass. Remember, we used to talk about it once upon a time with the individuals and where they would hold on the map, and just every name we said, it just sounded scary, and Carrigan was the float man between the 2 sites, so it was like he was protected by these 4 bodyguards around him. Well, if even Carrigan's hitting some bangers, I don't envy Big in this scenario. And even though we talk about the fact that, you know, Big here, they're playing to get a win on the board to potentially deny FaZe the major, mentally this one means a lot more to FaZe for their major hopes. So for them, FaZe are never going to fall out of this. Where if Big, you know, they're starting to get absolutely slammed, a lot of things go their way. I'm not saying they're going to check out, but they're less likely to continue that fight. This should be the guns coming on through, and Carrigan almost getting overrun here. Just catching the head there at Tabson.
Yeah, well done. Wow, that's a quick response to a chaotic first 2. FaZe string together 3 of their own. And we're into the gun round. Let's see what the call is out of the FaZe playbook. They've had their fair share of issues on the T side. Dinko highlighting that, and perhaps softened statistically by their dominance up against OG.
Light on util for the CT side here, Alex, and no defuse kit as well. So keep our eyes on if we do get into a bomb site for FaZe and the bomb goes down. A retake not seeming very, very likely. And there's no crazy Searson jumping out window to underpass here as we saw against Mouse the other day. We know that Big are a prep-heavy team, so let's see what they've been able to identify as a weakness of this FaZe default. That's a nice little use of the smokes there, right? Smoking window on a better timing, and then still having another smoke to help with this A play. So being able to do a lot from this T-spawn position, boosting into window right now. They have drawn the eyes.
Yeah, Tabson's actually caught Olaf. Crawling up into the window, was boosted by Rain, so they know there's another middle. But here comes the 8, and that's the find. Straight through the box. Gade's having a nightmare on default. Taking space now, and don't forget what Chad highlighted, that's unlikely to see a retake set up from Big. If they find one early, maybe, just maybe, Searson is in a position to catch. Kerrigan tucked in jungle side, and Brokey will partner up with him. Tabson should have him here, though.
Barrel, though.
Barrel. No. Spots him. Doesn't get it. And now suddenly, Big Clan have a 2-man advantage. They're coming in thick and fast. Issues for Twist and Rain. One's going around the world. Rain has flashes for his fights, and no, it doesn't matter. Dabson's hit every bullet out of his M4, and FaZe falter. Should be no way in. Expecting this. Does take him off the bomb. The transfer's not there. Tabson with some heavy contributions. 4 in the pistol, 4 in the first gun round back.
Beautiful stuff right there and a great response. So 3-3 the score will read. That defuse coming on in. And yeah, the bomb went down, but it kind of felt like a scrappier scenario, right? It wasn't like FaZe just strolled in with full control. They had deep CT pressure. They were kind of on the back foot even with the bomb going down. And Tabson is trying to keep that energy high over in the big camp.
Gade has been wallbang through this box on the Deagle from Rain and now Kerrigan's M4. I think if you're an A player and that's happened twice, you mix it up, right?
Yeah, I think we might see some change-ups of the CT side of positions here. Now, the guns do come back out for FaZe. No dramas in that department. Brokey with Midnight Gamer with the AWP in his hands here.
It's a bit early for Brokey, isn't it? 5 PM, he probably just had his breakfast.
Probably one of those night hours, you know, going to bed at 6 in the morning.
Man after my own heart.
Fast from Rain, he can disrespect this. They're going A.
Yeah, and look at Olos flight path. Straight in. And it's Gade, this time with a switch up. 2 in the feed from Gade. Heavy contribution. There is still the unchecked Searson, and no one's going to expect this. The smoke has guised them for a second, but Rain's a dead man. Orpin Palace, they say. And that really makes this afterplant so awkward. If you could just find him, okay. Spots him out. Good shooting from Olof, only the one. Brokey thrust into a hard clutch. Searson behind him. Trying to play in the blind spot. And Tabson is looking up to his usual antics. 170 ADR at the moment. We'll see if he can maintain anything close to that. But 12 frags, Chad. Every time that he's on the retake, it seems his name finds the frags so quickly.
Yeah, this is beautiful from Tabson here. He's hitting some bangers of shots today. I like the maneuver from Brokey, right? Because he did get spotted from Searson over towards ramp. So trying to reposition into an unlikely post-plant scenario there, but great stuff from Gade, right? That's the opener. 2 kills for him, and he's done more than his job. Being that A anchor, I don't envy any of the players that have to do that, because there's so many times where you get left on an island, right? I know Searson was up towards apartments there that make it a little bit easier, but that's more often than not the case. Guns are dropped, plant was good, and here we go again. It feels like just a repeat of the last round that we had, but more focus towards middle, and that's a leg shot onto Kerrigan.
It is, and Keto's in a lot of trouble as well. They know there's 2 AWPs in play now. Keto fires off as his shot. Searson did as well. Connector early smoke thrown out this time from Keto.
Bit of a gap there in the smoke for Searson to work with as well. So this one here, we've seen it from Big a lot. You can see it's a little bit deeper than most connector smokes, and it gives Tabson a gap to work with.
Yeah, and it exploits players with if they kind of operate under the assumption that it's the standard. And they want to keep it smoked.
Look, it's great because as well as that, you know, we always see Rain gravitating towards that connector smoke when it's deeper and playing in it on the fade. You can't really play on the fade of that one. I feel like you're going to get spotted just under it if you try. Or you're going to be deeper as well and be more susceptible to window.
Oh, is he trying to sell something? He was thinking about it, but no, he's been called and summoned back to the A site. I think the main objective for FaZe, Chad, getting into this site is kill Tabson first. Like, anyone else? They fancy their chances, actually aggressive, and well, there you go. Tabson's gone. Gade has to step up, and it's a 1-for-1. Searson on CT, he'll be predicted here. Hanging out, ready to catch Brokey on the strafe. 30 seconds, and the rotate's in, so a 3v4 established. They do bait the shot nicely. Searson still threatening, very threatening presence, and Util is light. There is a single nade available for FaZe. Has to just be the bullets and the bodies to bodyguard. It looks like Big will concede. Who knew the recipe to success was kill Tabson?
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? So 2 great kills there. Really, really good stuff from FaZe to just brute force their way onto A. Now, yesterday when we were leaving, you exchanged some words with Gade in German.
Yes.
What do you give him out of 10? I know you're not an expert.
No, way better than mine. But I did understand what he was saying, and he seemed to understand what I was saying.
And that's how you know that he must understand, because, look, I want to be clear. Alex has done a fantastic job here at learning German on the fly, right? Just picking it up the best he possibly can.
Yeah, I speak party German.
We both have spent equal amount of time in that country, and I know nothing. And you've got quite the repertoire. You asked him, I think you asked him what time was dinner.
That's right.
And he was able to answer. He was able to understand.
What time does the dinner room close? Was what I went for.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed by just how quickly he's managed to take to this team. You know, we saw an interview from Big Clan just talking about how they feel like they're improving every game they play. If that's certainly the sentiment in the team, it does seem to be reflected in their qualification and the scalps they've been taking. But yeah, talking to the guys, Big Clan during the media day, we're talking about how much of a benefit Tabson in particular was talking about it, how it helps him play his game when they're playing, when they can communicate in German, because everyone can contribute in a little larger capacity.
Well, he already has to think a lot, right? Having to think in 2 languages, quite difficult indeed. So if it means that we can get this level Tabson every single time, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he suggested that one of the big reasons Tabson differed from leaders he'd played with in the past, Gade suggesting that Tabson lets every player have a voice. It's a democracy as opposed to a dictatorship.
Okay, interesting. And look at this play right here in middle. This is a 2-man stack to deal with the underpass play while Keto covers them off top mid. This is very interesting. They're also allowing Sirison to be the solo A defender with the AWP, which is a bit more retakey. The problem is it is going to be, or was going to be, a B hit. If they go back towards middle, then they are going to move into this stack, and they also are susceptible to early info for Big, right? They can push, they can find out what they need to quite easily. They're really juggling the nades across here to work this one out.
We haven't seen a B hit yet.
There's 2 players going to be coming from short very quickly, though. That's going to be their biggest problem here.
Okay, so Brokey and Rain lining up some smokes. Olof as well with the flashes. So the B commit, Gade looking to be the reaction as him and Tizian, their partners in mid, are on their way. Twist just caught a heavy hit towards Palace, but it's the B commit, and Tabson's here. He has been a thorn in FaZe's side, and he looks to strike again. A messy spray, still kicking though, and not for long. Brokey puts one between the eyes. Oh, and the bomb denial. I can't believe he's hit that so cleanly. Carrigan just about survives.
They're all low.
Yeah, in 15 seconds, but it's a double AWP retake, no kit. So there will be one to pick up. Twist is going to be the linchpin to the flank. And oh no, Searson's hit them so quickly.
Just defused, they're going for it.
Literally just defused.
They know. It's done.
It's fallen apart. They had so much going for them there. And FaZe will just fall at the final hurdle. Big Clan throw a pretty heavy blow to the jaw of FaZe there.
Oof, they even retained both AWPs, right? Both picking up AKs in case Twist picked, and then they both get their AWPs back on the way out the door. So really, really good stuff. Just not ready for this presence on short so quick.
Yeah, I mean, the shot onto the bomb denial is perfect from Tizzy. And the fact he's hit that, just the first engagement on a 3v4 retake. He hits that, dinks Carrigan, brings him down to 10 HP. All right, game on. Round 10.
FaZe always seem to be buying here, don't they? AWP again, AKs again. These plants have been consistent.
Oh, and Searson's throwing some aggression into the mix. They really are going to make this hurt for FaZe. Keep mixing it up, throwing that aggression into the mix. And oh, Searson, they could lose both their AWPers here. He's lucky to have gotten away. And a hard one for Brokey. Twist at least keeps it level, and he makes it even better. I think he might have caught a glimpse of Searson as well, so he knows the rotations come through, but he's just opened up the A site completely.
If he picked on that, Searson would have been a dead man there. He was blind.
How threatening Searson is for info.
Tizian cutting off the rotation here.
Okay, it was bottom. He didn't quite. Twist checks him. Huge round from Twist here.
Yeah, I think it could be the save for Searson now, but it's been noted where he was, right? You said that Twist saw him on that little cross, so trying to cut off and make sure that Searson isn't able to have too much impact in this, heading towards their spawn. The other two...
They're waiting.
Yeah, they're yet to run on towards this B bomb side. I suppose that Kitchen could be a problem, so not wanting to let any of these rounds fall apart, right? FaZe had a decent shot in the last one and maybe a little bit sloppy across the line, but here, double mollies, one for the balcony position, one for the van, so no AWP hijinks possible for Searson. And now that bomb will go down. So with the 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, it should just be Searson hoping for this save. And that CT economy, you'll be taking a little bit of a look. They only get 1,400 into the next round of play, so that AWP is going to mean everything for them. And we're looking at now 5 rounds in a row where FaZe have been able to get the bomb down. And if you remember yesterday's game with OG, there was so many games for FaZe and OG, especially on Inferno, when neither team were able to get into the site and get the bomb down, right? So you can already see when this happens, it's much more exciting Counter-Strike, unless you go, first of all, straight into the saves, which it doesn't feel like we're doing that too often here. But they bounce back immediately here. And they're going to put Big in a position where they can really start to pack on a couple of rounds. Now, Sirison doesn't have to invest anything here. Maybe he wants to drop like a Deagle or something for some of his teammates, but all in all, he wants to make sure he has enough money to rebuy an AWP in the next round if he does lose this one. I think his teammates will be relatively conservative. Bigger the type of team who strikes me as a conservative team on these eco rounds. Now, the problem is they only get 1900 in the next round to play, which for Tizian is fine, which for Gade is fine, but for Keto and tabseN, not ideal. So those problems, we'll have to wait and see how they manifest going forward. Windows smoked off, and if you're FaZe right now, you just need to identify where the AWP is.
All right, so we're playing hide and seek. Searson's chosen his spot. And Gade's gone for, as you would expect, taking some liberties here. Pop flash. We saw the flash bug debacle with that exact flash.
Yeah,
Remember
that was
Perfecto actually hitting his crouch key
as the flash came.
Just as it popped. I mean, yeah. Good job from our Sherlock Holmes fan base working that one out.
It was
Well, I mean, he's not going to overcomplicate it. Kerrigan has had a tendency to fall into that trap when he feels under pressure. Look no further than Inferno yesterday.
The free smoke window, but Sirison's going to maintain this line of sight here, Alex. He could be threatening for a couple.
Certainly could be. And yeah, Brokey, skies by the smoke, and now as a pack. Makes sense, just pack rolling in. You know you're up against unarmored pistols by the majority, and there's the AWP spotted out. Brokey, however, is down. That's the FaZe Clan AWPer humbled. And it does nullify some of your options.
They have no more smokes.
He's going for a plant. Like, Sirson could have had vision on that, but he does go for the open triple plant, so that is brave. Oh, looking away. Twist left down to 2 HP. Gate not far off from finishing his meal. Just left a couple of scraps on the plate that is Twist. That should be it. However, Brokey's AWP's fallen into enemy hands, so only one to be saved. Keto's lost it. Good catch from Olofmeister.
That was threatening for a couple of moments there, right? If Twist goes down, completely different round. The fact that they even get that opening kill, that AWP would have been great to save across, and well, even more financial damage now from Sirison. So just jumping into the jaws of the AWPer. And the two remaining members, Twist and Olof, will do their best to hide and survive. There you go. They should be able to pick that AWP up. Olof will, and maintain for Brokey in the next round to play. But now FaZe, they get that lead back 6-5 in their favor. And if they win this next round, which Big can buy into, and this is probably what the discussion is right now. They've taken a timeout. They want to talk through their options. And the reason these options need to be spoken through is tabseN has 3.6 and Keto has 3.3. Tizian and Gay can buy, no dramas, and Sirison could drop 1, right? The buy is possible. They can definitely make this one work. It's just, do they think they need all the smokes, all the mollies, the kits, and everything to play with? Because if so, take another partial investment here and go for a full buy with all the goodies in the next round. These are the options, right? This is where it teeters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or you just get that big clan kind of aggressive flair that's got under many Tier 1 team skin on Mirage. You know, we've seen their CT aggressions, their 2-man underpass setups. We've already seen them with a 3-man mid setup. It doesn't, yeah, it's going to stay conservative. I mean, we just saw Sirson find 3, maybe even 4, I think, in the end. No, it was 3 on his AWP saved through, and he's going to have another opportunity with a slightly more reinforced team behind him. Shadow, oh, missed onto Rain, so the Norwegian lives on for a second longer. I think he realizes it's a little too hot water in mid. Doesn't want to overcommit. Sirson does. He's coming hunting for more. And, I mean, he caught them out once, and he's not going to catch them out again. Rain ready for battle. The Tizian USP's not long lasting either. And, well, tabseN and Keto left with a deagle. And Kevlar Vest between them.
Oof, nice shot from tabseN there. We've seen this before. Aggressive stuff against Na'Vi, I believe, and the deal was quite nice to watch once upon a time, but this one should be cleaned on up. And look, Rain's having a good game, right? And that's been 2 consecutive days with Rain having some impact, and Olof as well. And, well, speak his name, he gets another 2 kills. I think that one right there is a bit of a curious round if you're FaZe, because you're likely expecting some kind of a buy, right? And if you go back, we could see a lot of teams would probably go for a buy. We've got the B stream up right now for everybody playing at home. 12 for OG, 7 for Heroic. And once again, this is important for OG, not because they can make the major with the 11 slots that are currently allocated to EU, but if something happens with one of these other teams, I don't know, I'm not an authority on this, I'm just, they would put themselves 12th. or potentially 12th, and you never know. You never know what happens with the world at the moment, guys.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, there's news at the moment in the Valorant realms where it's been difficult to travel from some of those regions.
Yeah,
so.
the Aussie boys getting a little bit screwed there. Which,
Well, precisely. So definitely worth OG kicking and screaming as a potential to be that gap filler. Tizian trying to feign aggression in the apps. He has fallen out of it, and Karrigan is just going to charge in, trying to drop the smoke, but he has been spotted, I suspect. They're into the site, tucked around the truck, and Tizian unloading his mag. Keto provides, and FaZe just completely dissolved before our eyes. Not going to clear his corner. Keto posts his third. Comfortable defense from him. Spots the barrel of Keto, and
Rain's been good, Alex.
he's been really good.
Not great, though. He wins that one. He will have been fantastic here today, but a little bit of damage there. That's all they can really boast. But Karrigan went so far ahead of the pack there. Tizian must have been hidden by the smoke or a flashbang, just not checking their corners, and away we go. We do get the response out of Big, and it looks like we're sailing for, well, the closest of halves, doesn't it? An 8-7. Seeming very likely right now. Either way, still possible. And with this re-equipped from FaZe Clan here, this is an important round for them because they're going to push all their pennies into the center of the table. They've run out of money for the final round of play, which will only give them that 1900, but that goes both ways. So whoever loses this round will only get whatever they've got right now plus 1900, factoring in a plant.
So, 2 more rounds to be played out in the first half. Keto solid on the B defense, and Karrigan, it's not like he hasn't been trying at all. We've seen FaZe equally knocking on both of the A and the B doors. Looks like we're going to be seeing Twist again dispatched. He has 1 round alone, and this is the aggression we were talking about. CSGO pushing up, and this time missing his chance onto Olofmeister, taking a very wide and aggressive, swift swing.
They don't have any info top mid here, FaZe, either, so they can't note that Sirius's dropped back, so they have to respect it until they're feeling brave enough to clear. And this little play from Tizian, maybe intentionally making noise there because that would slow FaZe down as well, right? Forcing them to clear extra corners.
Yeah.
But here's the reposition from Sirius and close towards the A ramp.
Is there a line in the sand drawn? Seems there is. Gives him the ability to hold both in an aggressive stance. Shadow advantage for that AWP position. You'll get an early warning as to when to pull that trigger. 50 seconds. Starting to crawl back for that mid-control. Oh, flashes himself in, and Gade gone. I think he suspects Searson as well, and forcing him off the line. Going for some cheeky maneuvers.
It's the bombing apartments.
Broki's trying to laugh it off. Okay, problem solved. They're going for some crazy pushes all over the shop, and Keto's been spotted out. Rain lucky to be alive. Karrigan down. This is scary. Rain surely dead. Wow, still delivers at the 6 HP mark. Now a man advantage. Tabson should claw it back. It's hard for Rain. Trying to manage his angles. One more bullet will do, and he takes another head. Rain really is. Oh, he's pulling out all the stops. 16 and 9, but 3 kills. And with 6 HP. Keto brought him so low, just not low enough.
That was brilliant from Rain. But I want to talk about FaZe Clan's approach there. They literally used 5 different areas to take 5 different fights. 1 palace, 1 A ramp, Karrigan went connector, Rain went short, and Olof went B apartments. They went everywhere. Karrigan just said, go shoot them, guys.
Yeah, the phase 5 kind of strat. Everyone win their duels, some leftover utility. We'll see that in T-Spawn, a full set. Olof having a little glance early. It looks like Rain's carrying on where he left off, I suppose. He really wants to get himself back to the major.
Scoops up his nades there, Olaf, right? So, and that's one of the ideas we were flirting with the nade drops, is if you're going to go for an Aggie peak early, leave your nades in spawn, and then you can come back and get them, or your teammates can use them later if you do die and lose that whole bag. This is a great little start into what is a crippled buy for Big in the final round. Scout, Famis, Deagle, M4, that's all they have left now after Keto's demise.
Yeah, I think they want to just swing out together. I wonder what the Q will be, because there is no flash, so it's just going to be dry. Crouching in, and yeah, Rain does only get the 1. It's Karrigan to keep things in favor of FaZe heavily. Scout has just found a collateral. 3 frags from the Scout, and that advantage gone. Twist turn to step up in a clutch capacity and already fast on their heels. He's going to peek on this. Spots them both. Oh, Twist tagged. Good shot, but CSGO with 4 on the scout. They'll close the gap. Damn. That was supposed to be FaZe's every day of the week, and they'll scratch their head a little. A good haul, though. Swapping sides. Big 7 coming into their T side. We will take a break and be right back to see if FaZe can post the first of the best of 3.
Hey Future Pros, you know the map, it's Mirage, and we're back with another smoke. This smoke, if thrown correctly, will land in the window on B side. To do this smoke, line up with this curb on the ground. Position your crosshair up where these 2 planks intersect, then jump throw the smoke. Now window will be perfectly smoked off. It's one less angle for your teammates to worry about, and I'm sure they'll be happy about that.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother.
Seventh day of play, and it all comes down to this for FaZe. At one point, they thought they no longer had the chance, and well, they do. And the stars have aligned, they just have to best big, and it's a good informed big Chad, a solid half as well. Individuals have showed up in both sides of the court. And well, the second half about to commence. Taking a quick look at the scores, Rain, I think he needs a mention, an honorary mention from that T-side haul.
He's been playing some beautiful Counter-Strike here, just in that mid position, getting multi-kill after multi-kill. So 18 on the half. I want to give a big thumbs up to Tabson as well. Started that half very strong, right? Lots of impact for him. The pistol round, obviously, and then from there on that silent stand 4, getting a lot of work done. But here we go, strapping ourselves in for the second pistol round of Mirage. And, well, it's Carrigan. The kit and 2 flashes, but on the T side is where we turn our attention towards this A bomb site. 2 smokes, Molly, flash, and they're heading over to Twist site here. He's actually going to tuck on in towards Sandwich. Rain towards the firebox. There's 3 on this A site.
Here they come. Nice Tabson again. Is such a good player, and look at them go.
They're all dead.
Yeah, the three-man A defense gets to fire probably about 4 bullets between them.
It shouldn't be broken that easily, so now it's just 2. Carrigan and Olaf, the 2.
Oh.
Okay. Now it's just...
1.1.
Yeah, I think Carrigan's probably dead, and Sirison confirms it here. 17 for him now. Beautiful stuff out of him as well. We'll call that 8-8.
Yeah, and we'll call this Big Clan are going to make FaZe fight tooth and nail for this. I mean, don't forget, the desk framed it as well. Like, you already know you're going to the major. You know you've had issues with FaZe in the past. Just cancel their ticket. Cancel their ticket right here, right now.
It's pretty brutal when you frame it that way, right? When you consider that. But I think that FaZe, they've had their fate in their hands a couple of times here. This is the option where they have to win, and then tomorrow and the next day they just sit there idly by hoping that those underdogs lose.
I mean, there's 4 underdogs in that playoff bracket, Chad. Yeah. They need one of them to lose their game. To lose a best of 3. Bearing in mind, these are the best of 1 underdogs that have thrived. I mean,
some of the best teams in the world as well. Astralis, Vitality, G2, right? We got massive names in the mix there.
Who are all motivated to find that legend spot.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. FaZe need this win. Can they find anything on the Deagles? Looking threatening. Olaf's Deag in the feed for 2. Threatened again. Twist has put 1 as well. Down range, and they are chipping away at them. Rain's Deag has already been quite naughty, and well, he's got a softened up German there. Searson down to 37. Firing off some pot shots. Rain does find the head of Keto, and that bomb's still not retrieved. Searson Scout, though, has already closed out that first half with some impact. He's recovered the bomb and the AK. Brokey's there to secure it, and a second round conversion for FaZe. Must win for them. I mean, that just immediately, once again, swaps the momentum over, and you'll see how quickly this came about. Olaf with 2 stunning Deagles, Twist contributing as well. He does look a little frustrated about that one.
Yeah, that happened in the first half as well, right? So this is great on the Deagles from FaZe. They did it easier in the first half.
They did it on the no armor.
Just the Deagles, yeah. Oh, dear.
Brokey spots like the entire squad. I'm not sure if the bomb flashed on the map, but... Oh, what? Double nade, and this is a quickie. Getting it done. Nice little eco bash. Nothing to write home about, but 10 found.
I just had it in my ear from production, just like to do with the schedule, right? So you know how we're talking about these ways that FaZe can qualify. I just want to make it clear for everybody. Don't want to get people's hopes up, right? I just want to make sure it's quite clear that for those teams who have to come 8th, right, out of that bracket, they don't play until for the 8th spot until Sunday. So, right, it's going to be a long wait for FaZe. So once they win today, they're going to have to sit through the next 3 or 4 days of play just sitting and hoping and praying. So it's going to be a bit of a pause for FaZe after today, regardless of the result.
That's going to be so nerve-wracking.
Every day just going by you, waking up, please, please, please. Oh, dearie me. Well, Bigger in with a bit of a partial investment here. It's not an all-in. A couple bits and bobs of util. And that's already been dispensed here. So it is a be fake, and well, they're denied at the door. Through mid they go, up through connector. Brokey's scout has spotted at least 1.
Oh, they slipped jungle. Twist has spotted him out, so it's not unconfirmed. And wow, nice patient deagling out of Keto. He should be handled by Rain. He's gotten away. Bombs coming in, and Tabson's Deag is in again. Big, such a threatening presence. With individuals like Tabson firing on all cylinders, he's looking for a fresh clip. Keto's got a second, Chad, and
Olaf's getting peppered.
Olaf's really running out of chances. It comes down to Carrigan here to save him. He did manage to get Tabson down to 1, hits the wall bang necessary, so Keto to clutch, and Carrigan saves them. Very threatening stuff, nearly doing a phase to phase.
And that was just with a partial investment. They didn't go all in there, right? And now we're about to see the guns come out for B. So on something where they didn't have a whole lot, they did a great job there. Let's just see how much they can do now that the AKs are being purchased on up. Sirison's AWP is in touching distance as well. He'll be able to buy that one for himself. No need to give that one a drop on over. And we'll even see Brokey into his. So let's take a look at round number 20 here. The approach looking at least towards middle early. Through the smoke, Sirison's just going to charge here. Can he catch anyone snoozing?
Brokey with some AWP on AWP action. And smoke exchange. That might actually nullify Big Clan's progress up con. So aggression up mid, Gade as it fades. He's had a quiet one for the Big Clan boys, even though he's got his gaming goggles on today. Ooh, all off shoulder. He actually gave him a second chance, and good util. Buys time, smoke on top. Again, they've been locked out at every hurdle, and that tiny little gap. Gade's toes have been tickled.
Hito could be a problem here. He's pushing.
Oh, and he's opened up. All off on short. Down and out. Karrigan calling for aid. Twist is on his way, but here comes Big. Through the smoke, a great catch. Karrigan takes down tabseN, but k1to, he's still there for the trade, and now the site should be theirs. A 2v3 retake. Rain coming in from behind. Tizian responsible. He's still got his knife out. Absolutely booked. Trying to close the gap quickly, and Big convert the 9th into B.
Stuff there. I think k1to really took a risk. He didn't have anybody else with him, right? He didn't have, it was just, I have to take this gamble. I know that there's a bit of pandemonium going down there on short, and that was an essential shot to hit to open up the bomb site. So great stuff from k1to there. Really helps secure the round here for Big, and this one continues to be back and forth. Brokey doing his best to save this AWP, just aware of all the hunt potential. And it's going to be an interesting round for FaZe here. Now, Olof has plenty of cash to splash. Gade's going to go down with the bomb there. Like, Olof has a lot of money, right? And Brokey could drop one as well. And FaZe, they're not the same type of team as Big, right? They'll take the risk. They believe that their individuals alone can get them across the line. They don't need all the perfect pieces of the puzzle to make things work. Things like an orchid, right? It needs perfect conditions to thrive.
I remember you wanted a bonsai tree, so you bought.
I wanted a bonsai tree.
So you bought the seeds.
I didn't know how long we were going to be stuck in a frat house in Germany.
Yeah,
for, so.
I mean, if you planted them, maybe if we were quarantined there 7 years time, you'd have one.
Go back and we could say, I thought what I was ordering was an actual tree. It's just seeds.
It's a packet of seeds. Did you try and plant some?
Oh, well,
throw them in the garden or something?
I probably couldn't take them on the plane. I've seen plenty of border control episodes with people trying to get into Australia. So I
Rice Krispie cakes and cocaine.
I just thought, I want to avoid all of that. But here we go. So this is just going to be A. All 5 members are Big, ready, and raring, and it is an A lean again from FaZe. So they're in the right positions to stop this.
All right. Molly's great. Twist gets the info. Oh, Rain completely eliminated. This time k1to will not be contributing, and the silence M4 works wonders. No one turning, acknowledging Olof, and he's still there. How do they force this fight? CSGO's looked the wrong way. Brokey hits the must-hit shot. It's not a guarantee, though. Gade looking threatening, saved by the bell. A missed smoke highlighted by our ops team, but FaZe found a compulsory 12th. And that will, I imagine, buy them a berth. You can see on the high end, 3.9 for Gade. Third stage loss should they lose. And it started strong, but yeah, this is what I'm saying. Olof, he gets to bide his time for that second frag and convert. Close, though. Very, very small margin separating these two teams, and it will be just that conservative Deagle and Tech9 action.
Yeah, this is where FaZe really need to put the hurt on, right? This one, they convert the next. They need to close this down as quickly as possible, because Big are showing a lot of fight here today, and you don't want to give them any chance to back into this. So this is a must-win, and it should be their round. Look how just light those investments are. Nothing invested whatsoever. Well, whatsoever. A couple of pistols. Bit of armor for Gade as well. A plant would be great.
Yeah, that's bomb, so FaZe will be able to make the necessary adjustments. Nice from Gade. If he gets another, we could have had a conversation. k1to, however, is the last to be found, and he's been spotted out. Eliminated 13. Yeah, this is when you've got the foot on the throat. It's just a question of throwing those finishing blows.
I'm a little bit, in this kind of situation right now, looking at Twist again, who's showing up in a big way once more. 22 for him now, 22 for Rain. That felt like the same conversation as yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? That really felt like, and then we had obviously the Olof pop-off moments as well. So if Rain and Twist are able to continue to have this form, and let's say Brokey starts hitting things with the AWP, and then Olof is having impact on pistol rounds, and Karrigan's calling brilliantly, that's the FaZe we want, right? So I feel like Twist and Rain right now are doing a great job of things.
This is a lot at stake right now.
Brokey saw a lot top mid there too.
Yeah, but it's a question of timing here. Brokey is being very ballsy with that. Olof's been forced off into a passive line. Karrigan is pushing, and he takes 1 for 1.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, but the orb's been spotted out, so Brokey now on the retreat. CSGO's got him dead to rights, and yeah, he will take him. Should have the retrade. Doesn't finish the job. Anyone got a nade? Anyone? Nothing. CSGO can just live on, and again, it's a full commit. Olof, it's his time in the spotlight. Needed something. Only a bullet between the eyes, and it's handed to him by Tizian. Rain can't get anything done either. And FaZe falling flat at the mark, looking sharp is Twist.
With him alone.
Yes, and he's hitting everything. Every shot out of the AK connects. The two low players remain, and he spotted out Keto. Searson closing in the gap from short. Twist will have to acknowledge that. Managing his angles well. Spots him out. Go on, Twist, my son.
He's out of bullets.
10 HP, mate. The USP will work fine. Clutching up for FaZe in dire need of this. Cooking up trouble in the kitchen. A one-on-one. Twist does not opt for the reload. Keto just hoping by cutting the noise, Twist will start to overthink this. But he's a seasoned vet at this point. He's a Grand Slam champ, and he has done all of the hard parts. He's even got a kit. He's not in any hurry to find this frag. He can play the long game, and that is the clutch from FaZe. Twist, given a gift by Twist.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff right there. I cannot believe how he's just isolated all of those fights, really looking in the zone there. Twist with a huge one.
Wow, I mean, this looked done completely. The shot onto Searson, I mean, he was working on, I reckon his teammates may have helped him saying you saw something, but it was in the fading smoke.
Maybe even, and I know this sounds, but maybe even the scope, the sound of the scope, right? Like maybe, I don't know, but either way, huge stuff.
And I mean, this is the guy that came in nearly with the 1v5 pistol, so.
I know that he was pretty down about things the other day, right? Especially with his own performance against Fiend, right? But now looking beautiful in it, just as we were talking about him and Rain. Well, one of them steps up and back towards B we go.
Wow, that clutch is giving FaZe a real lifeline. Just to finish this one cleanly. And Carrigan will take what was given. Takes 3, 4, give it to him. Rain will deny and steal it away from his leader, but they're just happy to have seen a 15th so soon. I mean, this could have been such a competitive one. You can see the smiles creeping onto their faces. Twist knows what he has done.
Yeah, that just made life so much easier.
Didn't it?
Right? We would have been
stress
talking about
levels
the economy,
so
and
much higher.
Buys and big. They're pushing them now to all 30 rounds, but closing it down. And if they can get this done here, right? Moving into overpass, this is the CT wall. The B bombster has felt a little bit shaky at times, right? But I think the players now are really starting to feel themselves. Brokey will need to come online for overpass, though. The AWP will be essential over there. Rain, this is very cheeky.
Yeah, what's he cooking? Oof.
This is balls,
they flash
right?
him. They'll flash him.
This is the difference between FaZe on land and FaZe.
Because of the smoke, they won't. They will clear, but Searson's gone and he can just disappear through the smoke. An early advantage to finish it right here on Mirage right now. Does snap into Gade as well. Big. Limping towards the A site, managing his hitbox well, and Rain with the multi. First Twist, now Rain. You said they both deliver 26 apiece, Chad. And Tizian catching bullets. 10 HP, separating FaZe from the first in this best of 3. The must win. Major hopes on the line, and that's the finish. 16-9, one step closer from FaZe, controlling their fate in pursuit of the major on Stockholm. And one step closer for sure. We will see you at the desk and then return for overpass.